What's poppin' with the squad? It's your boy Amauri, and we are back with another album review. Today, we got my thoughts on the new Tyler, the Creator album. Let's get into it. Overall, the album does a good job at introducing different sounds and musical styles as well as a few artists. Fanny Hughes, 42 Doug, Daisy World are all artists that, to be honest, I had no idea who they were before I heard them on these tracks. Of course, there were also names such as Pharrell, Uzi Vert, and Wayne also turning up to give this project a bump. And so, as a whole, I think it did a good. Overall, the album does a good job of introducing different sounds and musical styles, as well as artists. Fanny Hughes, 42 Doug, Daisy World, all artists that I discovered for the first time via this album. Of course, names such as Pharrell, Uzi Vert, Wayne also find themselves lending their sound to their respective tracks. As far as the production goes, I found it easy to get lost in how a lot of the tracks really do have different sounds from each other. Each track just really did feel different, whether it was the track with Daisy World or the track with Lil Wayne. They all had varying sounds to them, which I appreciated. Also, the hard-hitting drums driving the bass of a lot of these tracks did echo back to the sound Tyler the Creator had prior to Igor. The more aggressive, the controversial Tyler that said any and everything that was on his mind. The Tyler from tracks like Goblin or Yonkers. That's what I felt when listening to these bass lines. With that being said, I did see growth. Not only growth as, that was overnight, as in he woke up and changed his mind, or not even growth that happens over the matter of one project, like they're exploring their sound, but from the boy that was seemingly looking for attention with his words and shock value statements into a more confident in who he is, clearly out in the open about his personality and his sexuality, and just happy to do whatever it is he is able to do. That's what I've seen. That's the growth that I saw in this project. Hot Wind Blow stood out because it reminded me of elevator music with bass added to it, to be honest. Wayne's feature, like most features he's had this year, was absolutely fire. Delivering with bars like "the wind beneath my wings," "that's a desert eagle underneath my coat." Come on now, that's a bar. This is definitely one of my favorite tracks and definitely just had that energy for me. And continuing on with that energy, we had Massa. Massa it was something else to me. The beat itself seemingly bouncing from a cold and aggressive bass focus to a more mellow piece with the addition of back vocals and various instruments and effects. I think it really fit the idea of the story he was trying to tell, which was his personal growth into who he is as of this album. What I really like about this song is the second half of it, where it seems as though Tyler decided to dig just a little bit deeper and bring out all those inner demons that, we may not have known about or that he was hiding from. He barrages us with lines such as, "We don't have to pay attention to the love that he battles. Every person I ever loved had to be loved in the shadows." Talking about his sexuality, talking about the things that he went through, talking about what makes him him as a person, how he's living his life. I really did appreciate the level of personal emotion that he was able to share with us on this track, and that's what really drove this track home for me. Other standout tracks for me include "What's Your Name" with NBA Youngboy and Ty Dolla $ign, in which NBA Youngboy used a flow that I personally hadn't heard from him. He was talking to us. I enjoyed it. I want to hear more of that from NBA Youngboy. But Ty Dolla $ign also killing it, as he does with seemingly every feature he does. I honestly thought this was just a great track and a great vibe to have. As well as Corso, the second song on the track, as well as Manifesto. All of these tracks were definitely standout tracks to me. In all honesty, I think this is another album of the year contender for me, up there with Hall of Fame. I say that because this album seems to have a little bit of something for everybody. Whether you're a fan of more pop rap, whether you're more of a fan of, boom bap or trap beats, or maybe you just want to hear somebody tell their story. Maybe you want to hear Lil Wayne hop on some elevator music boosted with bass. It has a little bit of something there for everybody, and to be honest, every single track on this album is replayable. And I think that makes it really, really, really valuable. But not only that, like I said, the production is top notch. The verses, there was not a single bad verse on this album. There were definitely some verses that I felt more than others, but overall, I did not see a single bad verse. And the features, I think they helped this project a lot. Overall, I think I would have to give this album a solid 9, right up there with Hall of Fame. I do think that this album is incredible and is worth checking out. Like I said, it has such incredible replayability, but it's also very personal. It's very, very revealing of who Tyler is and where his mindset is and how he's been thinking as of late. So I definitely think it's worth checking out. So go check it out. Thank y'all for watching. If y'all want to check any of the other reviews I have, there is a playlist. It should be around here somewhere. Who knows? Go check it out. And of course, I will check out in the next video. Thank y'all for watching. I'm gone.